Hi everyone, it's Amanda here from Escape. I hope you are all well. So here's the video I promised. I'm going to go through the circuit just the once, the 6 freestanding exercises with the banded exercises on the end. I'll go through it just once. In class we generally went through it 2, maybe sometimes 3 times. So that's up to you to decide whether you want to rewind and go through the circuit more than once. And then of course the cool down is at the end for you. So I've got my timer ready. Have you got your band? Have you got your water? Have you got your clothes on and your chair and appropriate space? We're going to get started with the warm-up. I've got some music on for you this time. It's not very loud, just in the background, just for a little bit of motivation. So let's start by marching through, just to warm up through those joints, the ankle, the knees and the hips. We want to lift the heart rate slightly, get those muscles all warmed up. Of course you can do all of the exercises except for the balance from your seat, so if you prefer to sit, lift the feet off the floor, you're more than welcome to. Let's take this to the toe tap. So stretching down the front of the leg, tapping the toe, loosening up through the shin. As always, tummy in, shoulders back. Let's take it to the heel dig. Dig the heels down into the floor. Stretch down the back of the leg. Remember to keep breathing. That's it, working through those legs gently. So next we're going to warm up through the body. Remember you can reach over to the side or you can free twist. So standing the feet still now, twisting from the waist, loosening up. Or of course, if you're not keen on twisting, don't want to, you can reach over to each side, just to stretch down through the waist, mobilise through the spine. This one's probably easier if you're seated. Okay, again seated or standing. Fold yourself forward, put your hands on your thighs, fold yourself over and tuck your tummy in. If you're standing, maybe you're happy to let the arms hang. Keep the tummy tucked in. If you need to soften those knees to take the pressure away from the back of the knees, that's absolutely fine. Just don't let the knees crash together. Tummy in, allow the arms to hang if you can. And then we'll slowly restack. Come up to standing, nice and slow so don't go dizzy. And we'll take the arms behind, puff the chest forwards. Some of you might be able to take the hands together and lift them up to open out across the chest. Okay, shake those arms out, loosen out through the shoulders. There we go. We're going to take this to a side step now. A little bit of dad dancing. Step and touch. Opening out through the hips. And then for those that can, we're going to do higher leg marching and take the arm to the opposite thigh. A bit of coordination for you, get the brain working as well as the body. Okay then, so let's get started. Calf raises are first. From a seated position, you're literally lifting the heels up and down, and you can push into the thighs to add a bit of resistance. Or you're standing and lifting your body weight up and down. There we go for 30 seconds. So slowly up and slowly down. Tummy in, shoulders back. If you don't need your chair to lean on, you can challenge your balance a little maybe by folding those arms. Do make sure you choose the level that suits you for today. Every day is different, remember. Always feel free to do a seated version if you want to. 3 more seconds here. Okay, and release. The next one is your sit to stand. So remember your lower level is to sit into your chair and stand through your heels. Okay, and squeeze your bottom at the top. For those that are more able, we've got the squats. So standing with your feet hip distance apart or shoulder width. Sit your bottom back. Again, press into the heels and stand tall. Let's go. Stronger ones, remember you can do that staggered squat if I showed you that in class. Don't worry if I didn't show it to you. But heels forcing themselves down into the floor, we're halfway. Back staying nice and straight, head above the heart all of the time. Working through the legs, squeeze your bottom at the top. 3 more seconds here. And rest, little shake out. Then we've got knee raises. Same if you're seated or standing, just lifting those legs high as you can off the floor. If you want to take the arms out of the way, that will challenge your balance a little bit more, but feel free to use your chair if you want to. Always use your tummy muscles. Keep your posture tall, and of course keep breathing. 10 seconds left here. Then we're going to go on to those side lunges. And rest. Okay, remember you can use your chair in front of you. And then just side lunge from side to side. Alternatively, you don't need the chair. And use your arms for balance. So the knees and toes go out at a 45-degree angle. 10 to 2 if you like, on a clock face. You're pushing into that foot, challenging the muscles and springing back. For some, it might be a little press. Just a small little tap out to the side and a little lean. There isn't a seated version for this one. Okay, and rest. Give those legs a little shake. Shall we have a quick drink? Take a little drink for me, and then your next one is back lunges. So using the chair if you want to, I'll show you from this way, but you might be better off standing side on to your chair. Little mini curtsy back, so your weight goes onto the ball of the feet and you bend both knees, and we alternate. Okay, those who are stronger, maybe you don't need the chair. Okay, time started. Now notice how the shoulders stay above the hips all the time. Both knees bend. Equal weight on both feet. Those who are stronger, you might feel happy to stride back further, so you end up with both knees at a right angle. But that's up to you, depending on your level. You're stepping back, bending down, stepping forward. There we go, that's the back lunges for you. And then our balance, police walk, up onto the balls of the feet and wave the arms, or there's the 1 foot balance. 30 seconds, whichever level is suitable for you. Of course you can use your chair if you know you're a bit on the wobbly side, but the aim is simply to have 1 foot off the floor for as long as you can. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can wave your arms, you can turn your head. See how difficult it becomes? 5 seconds left. That wasn't supposed to happen. Better. There we go. Let's do the other side then. Think about plugging the foot into the floor. Keep your tummy muscles switched on. Arms out to the side for a bit of balance. Use your chair if you need to. Making it more difficult, you can wave the arms. You can turn the head. And slightly harder still, you can close your eyes. Gently close your eyes. It will make you wobble more, so do be careful and make sure you've got something to hold on to just in case you wobble too far. But do challenge your balance as much as you can. 3, 2, 1 and rest. Okay, give those legs a little shake. Quick little drink, and then we're going to go into our crab walk. Now this isn't everyone's favourite move. If you feel the crab walk isn't suitable for you, then just sidestep twice to each side. The crab walk though is where you bend your knees, you stay in that squat, and then you step twice. Here we go. So remember, if this is too much for your knees, then simply step twice to each side. But if you can bend those knees, keep the pressure running through the thighs, keep your bottom low. So this exercise is actually using all of the muscles through the legs, the hips, the glutes. Works you quite hard, so only use this one as and when it's appropriate. 3 more seconds here. Okay, and stand tall, give those legs a shake. So we're going to go into the banded exercises now. Pop your band around your feet, around your ankles. Now for the first move, you can stay seated. We've got a side tap if you want to stay seated, and it's simply one leg out, other leg out. Do make sure that the knees go out as well, don't just take the feet out, for instance. Okay, stretch the band and take the whole leg out. Alternatively, if you're okay with standing, remember to soften the standing leg. Off we go for 30 seconds, taking that leg out to the side, working against the resistance of that band, making sure your body's nice and tall, tummy in, shoulders back. Keep breathing, we're halfway through. Those who are tapping, just continue for me when we swap sides. 5 seconds left here. And rest. Let's go to the other side. Okay, off we go. Remember to soften the standing knee, of course, and the body stays still. Tummy in, shoulders back, and keep breathing. We're halfway. After this one, we've got the kickbacks, or you can press the heel down into the floor. As I call it, crush a grape. There we go. Okay, so then we've got the kickbacks. Bend the knee and push back using the resistance of the band, or simply force the heel down into the floor as if you wanted to push the floor away from you underneath. So you can do that one from a seated version if you prefer. So pressing the heels down or kickbacks, off we go. So for this one, you really should be feeling your bottom muscle activating. Whether you're pressing the heel down or doing the kickbacks like I am, you should really feel everything activating into the glutes, your bottom muscle. We're isolating that area. Tummy in, shoulders back, always looking after your posture. We've got 5 seconds left here. And rest, okay. Other side, or continue pressing the heel into the floor. So you can imagine that the fridge door is just behind you, it's not quite closed, just nudge it closed with your heel. If this one affects your back, of course, step the foot back instead. Quite often this can affect the lower back, and if that's doing that for you, then I'd suggest you step back or resort to seated, pressing the heels into the floor. 3 seconds left here. There we go. We're all going to come to seated now. 2 options here is the foot alphabet, where with or without the band, you straighten the leg and draw little circles and little patterns in the floor, in the air with your foot. You can think about drawing your name if you want to with your heel. Alternatively, it's the leg extension where we continue to bend and straighten the leg. So we're isolating the quadricep muscle, really challenging those muscles just above the kneecap and making them stronger too. We're halfway through with this leg. That's it. 5 more seconds. Okay, let's swap sides then. Other leg again, foot alphabet, or bend and straighten. Now through this video I've gone left leg to right leg to left leg to right leg. I've worked equally through both sides of the body. You might feel that you want to work one side harder than the other to make it stronger. Absolutely fine. You deal with your body as you see fit. You know how strong you are. So change which leg you use and how many and how often as you see fit. Okay, so that is the whole routine. If you want to go through it again like we usually do in class, then simply rewind back to the beginning and start at those calf raises again. But for now, I'm going to go through into the cool down for you. So the cool down, if you remember, it's just us marching, allowing the increased blood flow just to wash those toxins out through the muscles so that you don't feel too stiff tomorrow. Remember, the key is, if you are in pain, is it muscle pain or is it joint pain? Let's take this to the toe tap. Remember, muscle pain we don't mind because it does mean that the muscles are responding to the exercise. It's uncomfortable, I know, but it is a positive feeling because it tells you you've worked your muscles and those muscles are going to respond and become stronger. Joint pain, however, let's change this to the heel dig, is a different matter. If you're putting yourself into so much pain that it's making you feel anxious, negative, it's having a detrimental effect, then reevaluate how much exercise and work you're actually doing and whether you need to dial it down and rest a little bit more in between. Still keep active, but maybe allow yourself a few extra rests. Okay, we're going to take this to the torso, either twisting or reaching side to side. As always, of course, this cool down can be done seated. You don't have to be standing if it doesn't suit. Side reach if you want. That's it, just to loosen out through the body. Alright, let's stretch through the back. Hands to the thighs, seated or standing of course. Fold yourself over. Sense that stretch running down the lower back. Keep your tummy muscles in. If you are standing and you don't need support of your thighs, let those arms hang. That will allow the rib cage and the shoulders to separate and stretch as well. But do keep the tummy in, and as I said before, if you need to bend those knees a little, absolutely fine. Let's slowly come to standing then. We'll take the arms behind, puff the chest forwards, open up across the chest. Maybe take the hands together, lift them up, depends if your body will allow. And then release. Give those arms and the shoulders a shake just to loosen out the tension. Turn the head a couple of times to each side. Okay, then we've got our stretches. The tricky one first, it's tricky for some. Taking a hold of the foot behind, heel to your bottom, knee points to the floor, press your hip forward slightly. Or of course, you can put your foot on a chair. If you stand away from the chair, foot on the chair so the knee is pointing behind you, maybe even push the chair away and you will feel that stretch down the front of the thigh there. Alternatively, laying on your bed, on your tummy, you can ask someone else to push your heel to your bottom to get that stretch down the front of the thigh. Always remember your stretches should be 10 seconds on each side. So hopefully you've done both sides there. And then we've got the back of the leg stretch. The standing version is to dig the heel in front, stick your bottom out so that front leg is very straight and the back leg supports by bending. Alternatively, your seated version, it's exactly the same really. You're concentrating on the straight leg and you'll lean forward slightly to extend that stretch a little bit more. Toes up, holding the toes if you can, but keep the head above the heart. And the other side. Chair's on wheels and it's rolling behind me, away from me. Super. Well done guys, give yourself a round of applause. I hope that video has been really useful for you and take care, all the best.